I'm getting some news in, and talkSPORT now understands this. This is coming from a couple of good sources, Simon, that Pochettino and Chelsea have reached a verbal agreement for him to become the next coach. It could well be his appointment is announced by the end of this week. So a verbal agreement, talkSPORT understands, between Chelsea and Pochettino. Simon and I have been talking about this endlessly yesterday, for sure, Danny. Is it a good fit for Poch to go there?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for him.
Slightly.
For anybody, for that matter. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to get a great bunch of players and mould them into what you want. But I was listening to a bit of your debate, and I used to be on Simon's side with it a lot, and I've been swayed a little bit by spending a bit of time with him and being so impressed with him in Doha. Really, really,
Pochettino.
Yeah, incredible guy in terms of his passion and his football intelligence. It was a pleasure being around him in that respect. I know that doesn't guarantee success, but it does alter your view on someone when you there.
I don't think anyone would doubt the fact that he's passionate. I don't think anyone would doubt the fact that he can bring people with him. My question about Pochettino is whether he has this tiny little factor that only the top guys have, which is something you can't bottle, you can't distill. It's an alchemy, which is this win gene. And I don't think he has it.
Well, he's got to prove that. The one thing I would suggest to judge him differently on is he'd have to be blind and deaf not to learn from his experience at PSG dealing with some of the best players on the planet.
Yeah.
And how to deal with personalities, which he's going to have to deal with more at Chelsea than he was when he was a Tottenham manager. Because at Tottenham he had a lot of young players who he could mould and would listen and were more open-eared. I think at Chelsea there's going to be bigger names, bigger egos, players that have done more. And his experience as PSG will have evolved him on a man-to-man management.
He's also going to have to overcome elite managers in the Premier League.
Yep.
It's not just galvanising this squad, because we all know that Pochettino will go in and do precisely what he should do, which is make Chelsea contenders.
Yeah.
If they're satisfied with being contenders, then that's fine. If they want to win, he's going to have to overcome Guardiola. He's going to have to overcome a revitalised Jurgen Klopp and whoever else we think is an elite manager in this league. And that is where I believe he will come up short.
Well, you could argue in the job he had at Tottenham and the success he had there, which wasn't trophies, but in terms of challenging titles 2 years, Champions League final, Cup semi-finals, he was already competing above his station with. He finished higher than some of the big guns at the time. So it depends how you measure his success and who it was against at the time. But Tottenham ended up finishing above teams they should never have finished above, with coaches who were more experienced.
And I also think, Simon,
when are you talking about? In the season that Leicester won the league?
Yeah, exactly.
But the rest of the seasons he did not.
2 seasons they finished second and third, didn't they? Was it third and fourth?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I also think that nobody coming here will want to prove his credentials more than Mauricio Pochettino, that he is indeed a winner.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.